Hello and welcome back to our League of Legends Top 5 Play Show. My name is Parvin. I'll be guiding you through these next 5 pro plays with a little bonus at the end, so I hope you enjoy, and don't forget to drop a comment down below with your favorite play. Starting off at our number 5 play, we have Pain in the end on Syndra, and at the start we see the enemy team going for their second inhib, looking to close the game out soon. Darius engages and pulls them all in as she Qs into her E, and then she lays down a Force of Will for the massive slow on the enemy team. She then moves up and uses another Dark Sphere into a beautiful ultimate on MF, bursting her down. Landing several more abilities on both, she picks up the quadra kill with every spell hitting multiple enemies and a great ultimate to obliterate the enemy carry. Oh, and did I mention she picks up the blind pentakill and they take it to the Nexus to win the game moments later? Game-changing play. Coming in at our number 4 spot is Ibelin on Rengar, who shows up at the enemy golem with Katarina to try and steal it, but instead they jump onto Vi, bursting her down and grabbing the kill despite her Q. He then looks at LeBlanc and then gets onto Darius, knowing that he's pressured her to jump away as they bring him to about half health, and Rengar runs away with his ultimate up and Katarina gets bursted down. He decides to go back and leap onto Darius, double Qing with his ferocity for massive burst, and then immediately jumping onto LeBlanc, using his passive to close the gap and give him the triple. He then gets exhausted and stunned as Leona goes full peel mode for Ezreal, but after it all, he flashes directly on him, healing with his W and lifesteal to somehow turn it around and get the quad. All that remains is Leona, but he out-heals her damage with lifesteal, so she tries to make a getaway but realizes it's no use. She puts up a valiant effort but falls victim to Rengar for the pentakill and ace. And for our number 3 play, we have Hexade on Nidalee with a sick escape which turns gold. Right off the bat, we see Maokai come around and jump onto her, so she goes into Cougar form and attacks him to apply the slow before making a break for it. We see Blitz join in on the party, followed by Pantheon with his ultimate, so she rushes into the brush to pick up the movement speed from her passive as he comes down, and then Blitzcrank goes for the hook, but she W's a final time, somehow evading the grab. Afterwards, Maokai flashes into a twisted advance to root her, and the Master Yi Alpha strikes in as we see Ezreal coming in from the jungle. They CC and blow so many cooldowns to hold her in place and deal damage, but she flashes and runs for her life with 5 enemy players chasing her. She narrowly avoids the second rocket grab as she officially escapes all 5 players. The enemy team then swaps to the poor Tark, and after a lot of back and forth exchanges, we see her team is losing the fight, but she continues to heal up and then sees a great opportunity to re-enter the fight, poking at first with Iceborne Gauntlet, and then as they group up, going into Cougar form and man-moding it. She shreds the Maokais and Mumu comes in from the jungle to help out. After a long and insane chase from 5 enemy players, she turns it all around and ends the play with a well-deserved quad. Landing a spot at our number 2 play is Sukiru on Jason. At the beginning of this play, we see him venturing into the enemy jungle to chase the low health Ahri. As he enters the brush, he decides to go for it and uses Shock Blast to cut her off as he passes through the gate and procs his passive for more speed, which allows him to catch up and grab the kill. With 2 enemy players chasing him, he decides to run through the tower with Acceleration Gate, also using it to Shock Blast. We now bring it back to regular speed as Jarvan comes in and slows him down, but then he predicts the Jarvan ultimate using To the Skies to jump out of it instantly, and then Jax comes in for the stun, but he knocks him back and flashes just in case the tornado were to hit. Although the enemy players chase, they aren't convinced that a dive would result in a kill, so they back off, which was smart because he had backup close to the tower if they chose to dive. Let's take a look at that one more time as Jarvan starts Cataclysm as he uses To the Skies on a creep, instantly freeing him, and then Jax leaps and starts Counter-Strike, but he knocks him back and flashes to safety. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have Sari borrowed on Vayne, and at the start of this play, we see her pushing the tier 2 tower at bottom lane when Pantheon begins to ult, forcing her to get the tower and go deeper into the enemy side. The Ashe arrow misses, and she pops Final Hour, tumbles to stealth, and then condemns it back as he finally leaps her, but she cleanses it and then rolls to dodge the Lux Laser, finishing off Pantheon right after. She then gets into the brush and gets on Ashe, ripping her apart as she sidesteps in between each attack, which dodges a point-blank volley and turns the tides of the fight, forcing Ashe to flash away. She easily gets the kill and then continues to run away from them, turning around with a tumble when it comes off cooldown for the triple. And then finally battling it out with Ryze as Nunu uses Snowball to break the Banshees, which allows her to condemn Ryze back and get the quad moments after. Her team takes this huge advantage and uses it to win the game shortly after thanks to an insanely well-played Vayne. And for the bonus clip of the week, we have Xexia X on Caitlyn with an awesome double penta between both teams' AD carries. As the clip plays, I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for sticking around as we wait for a low replay to hopefully clean up some stuff soon. As many of you know, Riot has launched their own replay system and it's currently in alpha, so we eagerly await to see it polished and live. Regardless, we can't thank you guys enough for sticking around and showing us support. I hope you guys liked this episode. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful weekend.
Enemy pentakill. Pentakill.